Hello there. I'm Lumi Ray, and this is the No Substitutes podcast, the show where I'm still figuring out exactly what it's about. Well, with the chef background, I want to do something that shows people's relationship with food, but also would love to just dive deeper, get the nasty bits, get to know everyone for who they are. And today I have a very special guest. We've actually done it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we have. She's a amazing performer, actress, friend, and also just a all around amazing woman in the industry. So please welcome Gianna Dior.
Thank you.
You get an applause.
Not the live studio audience.
Back to you, Saturday Night Live.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yes. So glad you can make it. Yeah, how was your day?
It was good. I didn't do anything.
That's amazing.
Actually, that's not true. I worked a little, but
Yeah.
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 It was a slow day.
It was a slow day. Well, I guess let's get into it. It should be so much easier by now. What would you say are like 3 qualities to being a good performer?
The main thing is you have to be a slut. Like, actually be a slut. You can't just
You guys would be surprised how many people aren't.
Yeah. Like, you have to actually like sex to do porn. That's the main thing. If you don't have that, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
I also think you have to have pretty tough skin.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are going to come after you all day, every day, especially on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be really strong. And it's like third quality that I would say. I don't know. You have to be a good performer in general, be an entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
Be
I think that's what people don't fully understand about this job.
Yeah. We're not just having sex on camera.
It's a act.
Performing.
It's acting as well as performing and put yourself through physical endurance.
Yes.
And
we're
stress.
Athletes.
And we are athletes.
We're literally athletes. I'm a D1 athlete.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm still fairly new to the game, but you have made quite a name for yourself and had a lot of success in this industry. What would you say are with this success, has it changed your eating habits at all? Or what would you say is your kind of daily diet as a performer? If it's not healthy, it's fine.
It's not healthy.
I still want to know.
I mostly survive off of iced coffee and nicotine and Celsius. That's my food group.
I love that.
That's my food pyramid is nicotine's at the top.
Nicotine.
And energy drinks. And
it's so funny
food.
because kid food.
Kid food.
Like chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah. You give chicken nugget vibes.
Yeah. Fruit snacks.
Fruit snacks.
Lots of good fruit snacks.
Have you ever eaten a fruit roll up off of
Your thumb.
Wow.
Oh, off of your dick?
Where else would I was gonna go with that? That's why I was thumb.
Yeah, you were saying you didn't do that when you were little. You would suck it off your thumb. You know what I did try?
You weren't picking up what I was putting down. It's okay. It's okay.
I tried that chamoy pickle kit the other day.
Off a penis?
No.
Oh.
No, off the actual pickle.
Oh.
I'm a little scared to put food on dick or in pussy or anything because I don't know.
Definitely not pussy. I actually just did a food scene recently, and the whole the thought of it going into it, I thought was gonna be fine, but most of it was sweets, and I don't like sweets, so I was stop putting things in my mouth.
Yeah.
And then had
going in your mouth,
or it was a food. It was supposed to be a sensual food scene.
Okay.
Feeding each other and then playing and then eating it off of each other.
Okay.
But then I was covered in chocolate.
It's
I was
sticky and it's gross.
Yeah, I was trying to be in. That's why you guys don't get it. It's you're still. We have to still seem horny.
Yeah.
Even when you're literally disgusting. This is awful.
Yeah.
This, like, whether it's an environment or a partner, yeah, we're still like,
Yeah.
I still gotta
You still gotta play the part.
play the part.
I've never thought of food as like a sensual thing. Like, I don't know.
It can be.
It can be, yeah.
Like, there's this one quote from a movie. I forget the movie, but it's like about a chef, and he was saying, someone was saying, oh, like, food as an art form, like, it makes me so sad that you create something so beautiful and then it's gone. And the chef in the movie was like, well, it's the one art form you can consume. And then I was also like, so is porn.
Wait, yes. Actually, yeah.
I mean, on some level, like, all kind of like
I
forms
guess-
of entertainment is consuming.
Right,
but,
you are consuming, but
food is the one where you, like, it becomes a part of you.
right, yeah.
I was like, that's amazing. So I
Yeah,
think it can
actually.
be sensual, and especially relating to if you like go to like a Michelin or like a private chef's table kind of situation
Yeah.
as like a date. If you at least
Yeah,
like
that's
if you and
true.
someone you're on a date with are really into food, or a friend, I feel like it can be
hot.
It can be hot, and you can kind of be like, oh wow, we both have secret fat kids inside of us.
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
they should fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, yes.
Yes.
Definitely my food regimen as a porn girl. I've always said, like, porn girls eat so fucking bad. Like, I've probably had like 7 Celsiuses in one day, or like 5 or 6 Red Bulls in one day. If I'm on set,
Mhm.
I'm chugging them
Yeah.
because it just gives you energy. But then, I don't know. I feel like when I'm shooting a scene, I don't really eat before because I want to be skinny
No.
for the scene.
Yeah.
So
But also it makes me tired.
yeah, that's why you drink energy drinks. And then you're
Fair.
all bloated after, and you're like,
Yeah.
you feel nauseous as fuck. But whatever.
Yeah.
But
No,
no, when I'm
I
on
can't
set,
imagine trying to digest food when someone's doing this to
Mhm.
you. So,
literally shaking you up.
yeah, I'm like, oh god,
Throw up everywhere. Yeah, no.
yeah. Oh, what do you prefer more, OnlyFans? Well, at this point in your career, OnlyFans, or do you still like doing the set kind of scenes?
I still like doing like mainstream porn sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
My whole deal now is like I'll still shoot only if you like fly me somewhere cool. So like, if
Right.
I get to do something cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. At least being a vixen angel, that kind of has its perks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I basically I'm like, I will shoot, but you have to fly me somewhere cool. And
Yeah.
then I'll shoot.
There you go.
Other than that, I like doing OnlyFans just because first of all, it's quick and easy.
Yeah.
Pretty painless. In and out in like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And you can keep the content to sell forever, like for the rest of your life. So then it's like,
it's more money for you in the end. It's more beneficial.
Yeah.
Financially, I think.
I think I lose money when I go on set because like I could be filming for myself and selling that forever.
Right.
And then on a porn day, you only get like mainstream porn set, you get like just a day rate.
Yeah.
And it's like you never get that again. Like that's just
Yeah.
And then they make the money for forever.
Yeah.
Like, all right, thank you.
Cool.
Thank you so much. We should.
It seems super fair.
I know. I'm like, that's kind of fucked, actually. And I can't believe it took us that long to like figure out that that's not fair.
Mm-hmm. I actually don't know how long you've been in the industry. How long have you been doing this?
Now it's been almost 6 years, but I guess I stopped shooting like beginning of last year, like regularly. So I guess I was in for like 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Because when did like OnlyFans kind of become? Did you guys figure out OnlyFans was the tech?
I mean, definitely during COVID, it exploded.
Okay.
I've never made that much money in my life. Like it was insane. Whoa. Like it was disgusting. Like,
disgusting.
No one should be making that amount of money. But it was COVID, and like everyone was getting their stimulus checks, and everyone was at home, and like so there was more of an incentive to go on OnlyFans. So then people started figuring that out. But I was doing it like a year or two before that because I started in 2018, and I started my OnlyFans in that year. But like it wasn't like big. Like I was making a decent amount, but then during COVID, everyone figured out that like you can literally just talk to whoever you want on OnlyFans and like get all of their content. And so it really like exploded.
Oh wow.
And so I think that's why there's like no new porn girls. There's like very
It's just content
few.
creators.
Yeah, there's content creators. Yeah. Definitely changed the game.
Yeah.
For the
That's
better.
awesome. For the better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's move on to course 2. How did your family approach meals? Did you guys like order out on your childhood, or were they kind of like we sit at the dinner table at 6 p.m. or?
It kind of changed throughout like my childhood, but towards like my adolescent and like teenage years, it got to the point where my parents were just like buying frozen dinners and being like, just feed yourself.
Oh.
So I just did that for like the longest time. But before, I guess like when my parents had more time, they would cook like, my dad is very Italian, so we would make a lot of like spaghetti and fucking like literally like homemade meatballs, like everything Italian that you could think of, like we would make. But yeah, it went away after like my parents like got busier, and then I survived off frozen meals for like 10 years probably.
Oh shit.
And now I'm still like that, where I'm like I can cook, I just am so fucking lazy to do it because it's so fast to just like heat up a fucking microwave. Right. Exactly. I hate to say that, but yeah.
No, I mean, makes sense.
It's so easy.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, childhood has so much to do with like people's relationships with food as adults.
Yeah.
And like if that, in a weird way, maybe that's a comfort for you.
Yeah.
Eating that kind of food.
That's true, actually. I've never like thought of it as a comfort, but it is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why. I think people will make many more subconscious decisions with their eating habits than conscious ones.
Yeah.
I think people like to pretend they can make conscious ones, and they're like, I'm going to go to Erewhon, I'm going to take a cooking class.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, your body wants what it wants.
Yeah.
I know people with awful eating habits who have lived like to 90, and I know people who have been vegans and died at 50. I know people,
literally, yeah.
And I know people who eat whatever they want and look like models, and people who try really hard. And yeah, I think at the end of the day, if you're doing something that makes your body happy,
right,
that's about, like, really what matters.
Yeah.
And your mental health attached to food.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I eat horrible. Like I barely ever go to the gym, and I just stay skinny. So like there's no reason, like no motivation for me to like work harder at it, because I'm like, oh, I just don't gain weight. Like I eat whatever I want, and I barely ever go to the gym, and
you just look like that.
I just look.
You're gonna probably piss off a lot of people with that comment, but it's okay.
Like, I don't mean to. It just happens.
There's gonna be so many people in the comments like this fucking bitch. Poor Gianna Dior.
Yep. Very blessed.
Eats whatever she wants.
Yeah. My sister's like very keto and like cooks homemade meals and stuff, and like still goes to the gym all the time. And she still is always like, I fucking hate you.
I
like,
fucking hate you. Yeah.
I could like eat an entire pizza and like burn it off the same day.
Yeah. It just happens.
I don't know.
Just works.
Yeah.
It works for some. That's why everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me drinking my red wine with a straw. This is not going to affect me in any way. It's insane. But it also, I definitely, like a couple years ago, I got really, really skinny because I like couldn't eat for some reason. Like I wasn't choosing to not eat, but I just couldn't. Like I had no appetite ever. And I got so fucking skinny. And I will say, eating like shit and like how it has no like consequence on my body, it like wasn't working. Like I couldn't gain weight. So like that
like almost had a different effect.
Yeah.
Like the opposite effect of.
Right. So like, okay, I love being skinny, but like I was so skinny and I couldn't
like
gain
malnourished.
Weight. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is really bad. Like I literally can't gain weight. Like it was really bad. So I was like, okay, maybe I need to just eat more whole foods. And then I started doing that, and I did eventually gain weight. But yeah, like it goes both ways, where like you can be too skinny and like it sucks. Like I literally couldn't.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work. I couldn't gain weight. Even like however shitty I ate, wasn't working.
Well,
Well, that's working.
we'll have to. I think I'm gonna have to teach you how to cook a few things after this.
I know, literally.
What are some people that have helped you grow in life, you would say?
I think everyone helps me grow, whether it's a really horrible person or a really great person. I think every single person I've ever met has made me grow in some way.
That's a beautiful answer. That
you.
makes sense.
Yeah. Look, I would like to say like my family helps me grow, but of course they helped me grow.
Right.
It's also like people I fucking hate have helped me grow. So I'm like,
oh yeah. I remember one conversation we had, and your perspective on it, on a certain person was like, oh wow, okay. Like, but just like how you adapted to it and how you were still trying to be empathetic.
Yeah.
And still hold space, but you're like, it's not a good person.
Right. You can think someone is a really bad person, but still come out on top. And like, even if they were horrible to you, you can still like grow from it and learn something from it.
Yeah. And I think too, once you understand that like people are who they are and what environment they grew up in is never going to have something to do with you.
Exactly. Yeah.
And sometimes when people, whether they piss us off or make us feel insecure or sad or just not good about ourselves, there's always that moment where you have to also wonder, but why am I allowing this to trigger me? And like, what is there inside of me that I need to still work on?
Yeah, exactly.
But you'd still cut that person out, but it's always a nice reminder to be like, huh, okay, that did feel good.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I still got some shit to do there.
Yeah.
But
even just about, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Conversation we had. I grew so much from that because I figured out, I was like, why did I feel so connected to this person? Why was I such good friends with them? Like, why did I even like them? And it all went back to like things I hadn't unpacked yet. So now I've like healed from that. I'm like, oh, that just won't happen again.
Yeah.
Or if it does, at least I will like recognize what's going on.
Yeah. No, same thing with like relationships. Like when you think about like someone that was maybe even a little abusive in your past, and then you're like, why would I ever allow that now?
Right.
But you realize at that time I had to like allow space for that person and go through those really shitty experiences to come out on the other side and be able to recognize those patterns and recognize that that's like an energy that I can't, that's just not sustainable in my life.
Yeah.
So doesn't mean the person's a bad person necessarily all the time, but just means recognizing that those certain personalities don't fit.
Right.
Or like
they don't align with me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Speaking of alignment, you're a Taurus, right?
I am a Taurus.
I love Tauruses.
I was thinking about that when we were talking about like being a foodie. I'm like, that is such a Taurus stereotype. And like I am a foodie, but like not healthy food. Just shit food.
You know what's actually funny? My mom is very much like you in that way. She wasn't into healthy food until she had kids, but she told me her diet when she was in high school, and she was also bulimic, but it consisted of Hostess donuts, Dr. Pepper, and McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's all my mom ate, and she looked like that. She was always like very skinny.
Yeah.
And was a cheerleader, and just like, it's so funny because we're like so different.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until she had kids, me. That she was like, oh shit, I like need to eat organic food. I need to start shopping for grass-fed beef and this and that. But
what are you again?
I'm a Cancer.
Cancer, yeah.
But even now as an adult, my mom, like her fix or her like her thing is always like candy. She's like, fuck. Yeah. She'll do CrossFit all day. She's like, I'm not giving up weed. I'm not giving up candy.
That's so real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, you remind me. in the nicest way.
In the nicest way, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. No, that is a funny stereotype though, because I feel like a lot of Tauruses I know, they're not foodies. They they like food that tastes good.
Right.
Which usually means
Yeah.
processed sugar.
Exactly. Like, I don't care if it's healthy or not.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat it.
Every tourist I know has like a big sweet tooth.
Yeah. I have
It's
the worst sweet tooth.
Yeah. I'm like, what the
I'm going to have diabetes one day for sure. I already know.
I'm sure there's going to be something, some IV drip or magic pill that's going to make it go away.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
What's something, though, that you wish people notice more about you?
I'm fucking funny. I'm the funniest person.
I literally... you are really funny,
I'm
though.
the funniest person I've ever met, to be honest.
I showed your Twitter to my friend earlier.
Oh, God.
Because she was here. Well, she was like, what's Gianna like? I was like, you actually would like her a lot. She's really funny. And she's like, oh, okay. So I showed her your Twitter. She's like, oh, my God.
I feel like my Gianna Dior Twitter is not even funny.
It's still like pretty funny, though. It's just very dry humor.
Yeah.
And she's like scrolling. She's like laughing. She's like, oh, that's a pussy. I was like, yep.
I got to do half and half. Like,
she's like, oh, that's her vagina. Okay.
No, I have a whole burner Twitter account where I am the funniest fucking person, but it's private because I don't want fans to find it and like think I'm a fucking psycho.
Oh my God.
But I have a whole burner account where I like follow all these comedy people. Like, I reply to them. Like, I tweet the funniest shit. They love me on there, but I'm like, I can't ever let my fans see this because they're gonna be like, what's wrong with this girl? Like,
they'd be like, wait, you're not just a porn star?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like,
how dare you?
She has too much personality, or like,
ew, I can't watch her anymore. Yeah. No, I actually remember someone commented that on like a Pornhub video of me. I was like, what?
She has too much personality?
Yeah, I was like, what?
They hate when you are like a real person.
They're like,
you're not allowed to do that.
They said that. They're like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I was like,
then they
oh
look
my
at
God.
you as an actual person and they don't like that. Yeah.
I was like,
which is so fucked up.
What just happened?
Yeah. I will say a lot of my fans do like my personality.
Yeah.
That's also why I like started doing a podcast, because I'm like, I'm a real person.
Yeah.
I actually have conversations. I'm not just a fucking robot.
Yeah.
So a lot of my fans do like my personality, but yeah, I get the same type of shit where like people comment either mean things or like just stop talking and like don't speak, just be a porn star or whatever. And I'm like,
oh, I'm so sorry. I'm actually...
Yeah, thank you. At least you're paying my bills and you're paying for my porn. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah. You're like, fine, daddy.
Yeah, that's fine. Just keep giving me your money. I'll be quiet.
Yeah. Fine, I will shut up. Give me $5,000.
Literally,
like, Venmo me right now and maybe I will. But
if you want me to be quiet, just pay me.
Literally.
I'll be quiet.
God.
Yeah. That sucks.
Oh, no. We're all people. We have backgrounds. We have a whole life before porn.
Yeah.
So sorry, guys.
Yep.
Like,
and during porn.
And during porn.
And after.
And outside of porn, it's still there. It's a base of who we are.
Yeah. I always say I'm like the least porny porn star.
Oh, same.
Yeah, I feel like you're not either. Yeah. I feel like we're both just normal people.
Anytime someone asks me to do a JOI, I'm like, I can't do that.
Oh my God, I remember when we tried to do one at my house.
It was so bad.
We were like, no.
I was like, I don't know what you...
I can't do this.
I was like, I literally can't do this.
Yeah. I feel like I suck so bad at it, but then like my fans love it, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'm not that bad, but...
They just want... I know, I'm like, at the end of the day, I guess they just want to hear you literally be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Stroke it.
I just ramble. I just say random things, and they love it. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't even think they're paying attention to what we're saying. They're just looking at us.
They're just like, oh, she's looking at me.
Yeah. Especially if we say their name. Oh, that's all you need. Just say their name and they're over it.
They're over it.
That's all they need. So I'm so bad at stuff like that. I'm like, I can't, like, I can be sexy sometimes if I, like, want to be, but I don't know. Most of the time I'm just, like, winging it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm about to say. I'm just going to say words and hopefully it comes out sexy.
Comes out sexy. Use your porn voice. Well, unfortunately, this podcast is about getting to know people on a deeper level. So sorry, guys.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not just a robot.
I should have had her on. I'm so sorry. But I want to know, because you're an Army brat, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had this
military brat.
Service. Military brat. Yeah.
They were Air Force. So, yeah.
Air Force.
I don't know if that still counts.
Yeah. What was that like, growing up in that environment?
We moved every couple of years. My parents, like, what you would imagine a military parent to be as, times it by 10. That was my parents.
Oh, fuck.
Like, we had to make our beds every morning. By age, like, 5, I was staying home alone and, like, waking myself up with an alarm clock. Like, I had to be exactly, like, they were very strict. And as I grew up, like, when I became a teenager, they're also very, like, conservative and Catholic. Like, we grew up very Catholic, which, you know, Catholic girls love anal. They're very, like, Catholic girls are the biggest sluts. Like, the worst. Like, I literally had sex in a car in my church parking lot. And I had sex behind the church.
You
on,
should
like, a trail.
film a scene like that.
Yeah. I don't want to be, like, too sacrilegious, but I'm also, like, whatever. I still, like, go to mass and stuff, too. Like, just for my own entertainment. Like, I wouldn't say I, like, believe in all the things. I definitely don't believe in the way, like, their rules and stuff. Like, what's okay and what's not okay. I don't agree with that. But I like the idea of religion. I just don't want to follow it. I don't want to follow the rules, and that's fine. I feel like I'm still a good person. But, yeah. So my parents were very strict and Catholic. And then when I became a slut, it was really bad. They did not like that. And, yeah. Didn't work out well for me. And then I think because they were so strict about sex, I don't like to blame it on them as the reason I did porn, but I do think it shifted me in that direction. I definitely think it was a deciding factor.
I feel like there's been a lot of talk about that, the difference between, like, having a parent that's too lax versus having a parent that's, like, insanely strict. And a lot of times the kids that have parents that were, like, you had curfew, you had, like, a very structured life.
Yeah.
Those are the people that end up just either wanting to do, the most insane shit or traveling all over.
Yeah.
But it's actually interesting now hearing about your childhood and the frozen food and what you eat now as an adult makes more sense, because I feel like when you're a kid that's uprooted a lot.
Right, yeah.
You want one thing in your life that's consistent.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's maybe why you're comfortable with, like, eating that kind of food.
Yeah. And it's just easy. Like, whatever the
quickest,
easiest thing is, I'm like, all right, I'll just do that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Being a military kid was just really crazy. They, like, sent me away because I had sex. And, like, now I'm very close with my parents, and, like, kind of just a don't ask, don't tell situation. Like, they know what I do. Like, they're chill with it, whatever. But even the last time I went to my dad's for Christmas a couple months ago, and he had a friend coming over to, like, join us for Christmas dinner. And in front of everyone, like, before the guy got there, he was like, okay, what are we going to say that your job is? He was like,
oh my God.
He was like, if this guy asks, he was like, let's just say that I think he said that I do Instagram or something. And I was like,
she does Instagram.
I'm like, I don't think you understand what Instagram, like, he doesn't have fucking Instagram. But I was like, Dad, don't worry. I have a whole backstory that I tell people. Like, you don't have to worry that I'm going to fucking come out and be like, hey, I'm a porn star. Hi.
Yeah. Here's my page.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, don't worry. I've done this too many times. But I was like, that is such, like, a good example of, like, don't ask, don't tell situation, where he's like,
this one time we're going to ask.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we going to say?
Yeah. Like, literally in front of my whole family, and they're all just fucking dying, because it was, like, all of my siblings who, like, don't care that I do porn.
But they're like, oh,
yeah,
Gianna's here.
And he was like, what are we going to say that you do? I'm like, I got it. Don't worry.
I got this.
You don't need to worry about that. But yeah. Very Catholic, conservative, military parents. And I think it definitely sucked, like, having strict parents growing up, but I do think I have the best work ethic, and, like, I'm very responsible, very mature. Like, it sucked while it was happening, but I'm definitely thankful that my parents were like that, because, like,
dude, growing up in that life, probably makes you
Very
such a joy to be
independent.
around, and but also makes it like you being on set all day is probably like
Oh,
a
yeah.
piece of cake because you're like fucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I grew up on a much more harsh set.
I used to work like 28 days a month was like the average for like the first year of my career.
Holy shit.
Like when I got in point, I was fucking working.
I always forget because you were with Spiegler.
I was a Spiegler girl.
It's like, who the fuck?
I was a Spiegler girl, and I think he loved that I was a military kid because I was so.
He was probably ready to.
Yeah.
He's like, oh fuck yeah.
My car broke down on the way to set one time, and I got out of my car. A random guy helped me push my car to the side of the road, and I Ubered to set and left my car there because I was like, I gotta go to work.
I'm sorry, I would not.
I don't have an excuse.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Which now looking back, I'm like, I would have completely, now I would have canceled the entire day and been like I'm just, I still probably would have left my car on the side of the road and just gone home to sleep. Like at this point, but back then, I was like, nope, I'm just going to leave my car on the side of the road, Uber to set, and still did what I needed to do. Could not say that today. Now I would never do that. I'm sorry.
No.
I've gotten too comfortable and I'm a little too lenient with myself now, but.
Well, it's also you've put in the work.
Exactly.
You're allowed to
I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah.
The fact
you already have the awards, you have the name, you have the success. Like, no, you're not pushing your car.
Yeah.
Going a set after that.
That was really crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah. God. Never again. That would never happen again.
Spiegler breeds them different. I swear to God.
No, he really does. He really does.
But yeah, are you on any dating apps?
I'm banned from every dating app except for Bumble. And Bumble fucking sucks. And I'm only allowed if I pay the subscription for some reason. Like it'll kick me off if I'm not paying the fucking subscription. So I haven't been on it in probably like a year. I probably still have my profile, but I was using Bumble BFF for the longest time because I wanted to just
What is that?
There's a side of Bumble. There's a professional side to like meet people to like
network, I guess.
Yeah, network with. And then there's Bumble BFF and then there's Bumble Dating. BFF, you can go and like meet friends. Like it'll be like, this is what I'm interested in. This is like, I'm looking for, it's mostly girls. Like I always just like I go on the girl side.
Have you made friends off of
No.
That? Okay. It's like,
Zero.
I was going to say, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. The last person I met off Bumble, it was on the dating side, and it was a girl who is a lawyer, and she has a boyfriend. She has a boyfriend, and she would just come over and like fuck me. And it was the best like situation to be in for the longest time. It was like this went on for like probably 6 months. And then like the holidays rolled around, like she got busy, I got busy, and like we haven't seen each other. But like for a good 4 or 5 months, we were fucking all the time. I was like, this is awesome. Like, this is amazing.
Hot lawyer chick.
Hot lawyer girl.
I actually DP'd a hot lawyer chick at.
DP'd her?
Yeah. Well, I wore a strap on. A guy.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Like, was there a guy involved?
You're like, DP.
I'm like, how? I guess they make DP strap-ons. DP dildo.
Beautiful. Well, there we go. I haven't tried that yet.
I love that. It's always the lawyers.
Dude, it's always a like white collar profession or like, I don't know, like more. Yeah, they're always the freaks. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
They're so horny.
So yeah, that was my best Bumble experience. I got kicked off Tinder as soon as I got in the industry because I think they thought that I was impersonating myself.
Oh.
So I was like, all right, that kind of makes sense, but also it's me.
But also, why do you guys care?
Yeah. And then on Hinge, they said that I was being bad, and I wasn't. I think people were figuring out who I was and then just reporting me because they didn't like me or something, or like they thought I was fake or whatever.
Did you use your real name or?
I think I used my real name, yeah.
That's weird. Yeah.
But they like said I was doing bad things. They said I was being
inappropriate. That's the only reason.
And I wasn't.
Yeah. Well, that's the only reason why I'm on Raya is because I had Raya before.
They won't approve me. They said that I'm not important enough. I've been on the waiting list for years now, and I'm like, I would love to be on Raya.
Raya is it's the best But it's
I
very
need a little-
interesting.
I need a referral code. Send me
I'll send you your referral code. I
I'm
will.
gonna try again.
You do have to use your real name,
I think that's where I fucked up. I think
and
I
your
put Gianna Dior.
Instagram
Okay.
has to be your real name.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not gonna work for me.
So that's why I was able to. Well, I got on before I was born.
Yeah.
And then I just kept
Okay.
it the last like few years. Didn't really use it, and then I like got back on this year, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. I feel like I
Forgot.
would love Raya.
It's so funny. It's so entertaining when you see like
Yeah.
celebrities
That's
on
my
there,
thing. I
and
just
you're
want to
like,
be entertained. I don't even care if I meet anybody else.
no. I even switched mine to here just for friends because I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
Because when they know that, I don't know, when you don't say you're there just for friends, I feel like I like literally will, even if it's a very attractive person, I swipe right. They could say literally just hi for some reason. As soon as they're like, hey, I'm like, ew, I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
Unmatch.
Yeah. That's literally how I am with every dating app. I'm like, I just
But
like
it's
the
even
game.
worse. Yeah. And then sometimes it is funny. I think what's like the best pickup line you've ever received?
I got a fucking crazy one like yesterday. Hold on. I posted on my close friends. I think you watched it, but this is the craziest one I've ever gotten. This was yesterday. Let's play Barbie. I'll be Ken. You can be the box I come in. Like, it took me a minute to comprehend what the fuck that meant.
What the fuck that meant?
I was like, that's actually really smart, but clever, but also disgusting. Like,
don't use that one again.
Yeah, don't ever send me that ever again. I should have blocked them, but
yeah,
that was honestly the craziest one I've ever gotten, and that was yesterday.
Wow.
And then still
perfect timing.
Shook up.
Thank
about
you,
it.
random.
I know. Thank you. We got a podcast clip off of that.
Podcast clip.
Thank you so much.
I think the weirdest one I got, because it happened also like 5 years ago, it's still stuck with me.
Oh God.
How many seafood dinners until you're my personal bedroom acrobat? I was like,
what? Seafood dinners?
Yeah, I was like, first of all, what if I'm allergic to shellfish?
Yeah. First of all, what if you don't like seafood? Okay. What? Yeah. Where did he even come up with that?
I was like,
Are
you asking me how much crab you want me to eat? How much crab you have to buy me before I fuck you?
You know what I was thinking, though? Oysters are an aphrodisiac, so maybe he was thinking...
I'm like, if I need to eat oysters to get horny, though, like, you must be a go. So
yeah, exactly.
Go away.
If you have to feed me anything to get me to fuck you, I don't think it's going to work out.
How many seafood dinners? I was just like...
That's weird. You know what, though?
Like 5 years.
Every time I get like a weird DM that like makes no sense like that, I always just assume they're drunk or like on drugs or something. So I'm like, your mind is not
there. It's not
your mind can't be that creative if you're sober. I'm sorry. Like you have to be on something.
Yeah.
Sorry,
or I don't know. There's a lot of men that think they're funny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of men that like.
I would say every man thinks they're funny.
But there's a lot of, especially, so that's like, I think what makes me cringe the most on dating apps is the amount of men that think they're being clever and quirky. And they'll say some shit like that. And I'm like, I'm blocking you on every platform now.
Oh my God. It's always like the most unfunny shit.
That's why I'm like, that's not even remotely
funny. It's
funny.
like generic funny, where it's like, all right, this is like ChatGPT could have wrote this.
Literally.
Yeah. But I know a lot of really fucking funny men, and like they could be the ugliest person ever. If they're funny,
if they're funny, I'll fuck.
I'll fuck them. Like
I will put out if you're funny.
I don't care what you look like.
But if you message me how many seafood dinners,
that's weird. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna fuck you.
Yeah.
This question pretty much actually goes with what you said in the beginning. Unpopular food opinions. I feel like your whole diet is an unpopular food opinion.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. A grown-ass woman should not be eating the food that I'm eating. I have dino nuggets in my fridge at home. I will say, I've been eating a little bit healthier only because I found a really good market that makes pre-made food. And it's organic. It's an all-organic market.
Is this an ad?
For me. I'm not even going to mention the name because it's not an ad.
Okay.
But I also gatekeeping this fucking market. I never tell anyone what the fucking name is because I'm gatekeeping the shit. But yeah, I can go there and like I eat every meal that I eat every day comes from that market. Like I just can't. Yeah.
Good.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Well, I don't eat 3 meals a day. I probably eat 1 full meal a day and I snack.
Yeah.
Until then, I usually like to eat dinner. And then like before then I'll have like a smoothie or whatever. But like even my smoothies come from there. Like
Beautiful. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get that name after this.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm like if you gatekeep.
No one else.
Yeah.
I'm not telling the whole world about this market.
No. What is a life event that shaped you?
Ooh.
Also could be more than one.
So many. A life event that shaped me, I would say one of the craziest ones was me moving to LA to do porn. So I was living in Alabama, going to college. I was working 2 jobs. Like I had a very normal life. And I was like literally a college student, working as a waitress, working as a receptionist and eye doctor.
Holy shit.
I don't know how I got that job. I should not have had the qualifications for that, but they hired me. But yeah, and I went to Miami and I did a couple scenes and then I got with Spiegler. I called Spiegler one day and he was like, move to LA. I was like, okay. So I packed all of my shit in my car and I drove from Miami to Los Angeles. And I think that catapulted my entire life. All of my belongings were in my little Chevy Cruze that I had at the time that I was so proud that I bought with my own money. And I drove from he was like, be here on Monday. I was like, okay, I'll be there Monday morning. It was like a Thursday. I got there on like Sunday. I drove 18 hours in one day. Shout out to Adderall. I was on a lot of Adderall at the time. Now
that was an ad.
I could not take Adderall. But back then, yeah. And that was like the best decision I've ever made in my entire life, which was I've always been very impulsive. Like you tell me to do something, I'm going to do it. Like,
I think every person that has chosen this career, that it's been that.
Impulsive, yeah.
Besides maybe some like men, like I feel like there are some people that like really want, like, I don't know, or thought since they were younger, like, oh, I want to be a porn star.
I know most of the girls I know in this industry like knew that they wanted to be a porn star since they were like a kid, which is really alarming. I don't like that.
Which is really alarming.
Very concerning to me, but
I did not know. I guess, yeah. I don't know. But to be fair, I don't really talk to enough girls, maybe.
Yeah. I think over the years, I've just talked to enough girls that like a lot, I would say like at least 80% of the girls that I've talked to
knew they wanted to be a porn star.
From like a long time ago.
Weird.
And I'm like, but I feel like I've noticed, I'm very into psychology. So like I've noticed patterns in people, like the people who did it spur of the moment, very impulsively, have had more successful careers than the girls who decided a long time ago to do it.
Yeah.
Like me, I had no intention on ever doing porn. And then someone one day was just like, hey, you should do porn.
Literally saying.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah. I was a chef still.
Yeah. Like shit like that is
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I mean.
We had lives before this.
Yeah. My whole mindset was I'll try anything once. So I was like, I'm at least going to go shoot one scene and see how I feel.
See how I feel, yeah.
And then I was like, oh, wait, this is actually pretty chill. Like, very professional. Very.
That's exactly
I was like, there's a lot of paperwork. It's like.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck, it's very professional. It's almost more professional than like the restaurants I worked in.
Like an actual job, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah.
This is my life now.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, you're right. Like, I feel like success almost comes easier to people like that because
you had a job before.
Yeah, your work ethic with that. Because the other thing, too, I feel like a lot, if a girl is like, oh, I want to be a porn star, their whole attachment to it is the vanity. So they're doing it for the vanity and the money.
Exactly.
And not doing it for, like, because they enjoy it.
Right.
Or because, like.
Exactly. That's what I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you have planned to do this for a long time, you make all this money, whatever, and you leave the industry with nothing. Like, you have spent all your money. You have no assets. You didn't do anything. I mean, you worked and, like, you made a bunch of money, but you spent it. And
Yeah.
Like me, I'm like, I save every penny I earn. Like, I'm not like, if I want a designer bag or something, I'm going to make someone buy it for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not ever buying myself shit.
No.
So I think there's a huge difference in people who do it spur of the moment like us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But it's also
Not my
like
life
we're
plan.
kind of going through it with this, like, again, like enjoyment doing porn. And so
Right.
that shows in your work and that shows
Right.
like with how you are on set.
Yeah. We also like know the value of $1.
Oh, yeah.
We know.
That's why I'm like, I worked my ass off.
Same. Like, I was struggling before I got in porn. And like, I never imagined I would do sex work in any way. But I was like, I'm still going to figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
I had a plan before I did porn. And like, now that I'm in porn, I still have a plan. Like, it just changed. Like, over time. And like,
you adapt.
Adapt and overcome.
Another thing too is like with the uprooting during childhood, I think has a lot to do with like how you adapt as an adult.
Yeah.
Like if you were always moving as a kid, like you know how to, you're a survivor, whether it's fight or flight. I think it's very easy for you to create a life for yourself in whatever environment you're put in.
Yeah.
Or whatever job, you're like, I'm going to make the best of it. This is just my life now.
Yeah.
And now,
yeah,
here you are, successful porn star,
crazy
podcaster.
Yep.
Needs to eat more veggies.
Real. Yeah.
Wait, we never figured out. So, have you eaten a fruit roll up off a
dick? No.
Okay.
Haven't. But now that you're saying this, I'm like, I have to do this in the next 24 hours. Or
okay, yeah. Let me know.
I'm not an accomplished person.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm like, if you're gonna eat shitty food, you should at least eat it off a penis.
Yeah, I gotta make a few calls tonight.
Yeah, you let me know who's the lucky winner.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
oh my god, the guy that we were gonna have a threesome with.
I hope you do go.
He's not in town, but he would be the best.
For that
option, yeah. He's down for anything.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
I could get that man to do anything.
Wow.
I could literally, I would tell him, I'm going to eat a fruit roll-up off your dick. And he was like, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, all right.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I have to get this done in the next 24 hours.
Okay. That sounds, Fuck. I think we actually have some fan questions.
Scared.
I'm scared. I blocked any ones that were like gross.
Okay.
Just so you know.
I love that.
We also have a producer question really quick.
Oh.
For Gianna.
Okay.
You said you still go to Mass. Have you ever been recognized at Mass?
No, not at Mass.
Wow. That would be.
But I also, I'm pretty incognito when I go to Mass. I make sure I sit in the back. And I look very non-porn
like a divorced
star.
wife.
Yeah.
I bet you have.
Like a widow.
Have like a widow. Yeah. I bet that's literally what I picture you showing up in all black.
Oh yeah.
With like the net over your face, just like
very solemn. Yes.
They're like, who's this divorced woman? Twice divorced.
Yeah.
One of her husbands for sure was murdered by her.
By me.
By a hitman.
Yeah. No, I always sit in the back. I make sure I come a couple minutes late or very early so no one sees me walk in. And then I leave early. This actually
sounds really
fun. Yeah. Like, it's such a vibe.
Yeah.
It's such a vibe. I go to Mass in the morning and then I go to the farmer's market after. It's a great Sunday. That's like my ideal Sunday.
Yeah.
Like I will say, I don't believe in their beliefs. I don't think it's right. But it is very comforting and very grounding to go to Mass.
Well, I think it's always good to have certain things in your day-to-day schedule or like, I don't know, something.
A routine.
Yeah, routine and something, especially if that's like what you grew up with.
Right.
I think there's a certain comfort that brings you.
Yeah.
Whether you're a religious person or not. So.
Yeah. And I will say, as religious as my parents are, I go to Mass more than they do, which is insane. I'm like, oh, you think I'm a whore? Which I am. Okay. I am. But I go to Mass. Like
You're like, I'm a good whore.
I am a good whore. I'm one of the good ones.
I'm one of the good ones. I promise.
I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Like,
that's good.
I do believe in a higher power, but not God or Jesus. Like my God is my own personification of whatever I want it to be.
I love that.
Yeah.
Could be Lil Wayne, could be Mother Teresa.
Real.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a peanut.
Or a
something.
peanut.
It could be anything you want it to be.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So we do have a few fan questions. This one's from Chris Martz. Chris, I think that's how you say that.
I don't know.
It says for Gianna, but you're welcome to chime in as well.
Oh.
For Gianna, what do you usually like to do after a long day of work to relax?
An entire bottle of wine and staring at the wall for 6 hours. Just staring at the wall. No, I like to watch TikTok. I like to watch movies. Yeah.
Sweet.
I love to play tennis, but I would never do that after
After
day
a
of work.
scene, no.
Yeah, that's like a weekend activity where I'm not working.
For me, it's a hot shower and like a sitcom.
Yeah.
Like something that I don't have to pay attention
comforting.
to, but something that's just kind of
You
on.
can scroll your phone.
Yeah, scroll your
hours.
phone. Exactly.
Yeah, same.
Fucking rot in bed.
Love that.
Because I'm just like
Exhausted, yeah.
dehydrated.
Yeah. I will say my vibrator does make an appearance usually.
Yeah, because for some reason,
Yes. I already know what you're going to say.
sometimes I'm like more horny after a
Same.
scene.
No, same. I'm horny as fuck
I'm like,
when
wait,
I
why
leave.
am I still?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, maybe I did come during the scene, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Like I still have to come on my own terms. Like I have to, I need like a personal
I need to do it
moment.
without the performance.
Yeah. Without
I think
people
that's
watching.
what it is. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're like, okay, that was like, I was turned on, I did my thing,
Yeah.
but because it was work, you're like, okay, well now
Doesn't
I need
count.
to like, it's almost like, all right, well now I want the
Real.
I want to come for sure.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Where I have no doubts that I'm coming.
yeah. We're like, oh, I'm really
Whenever I come,
good at
like,
this.
Whenever I come during a scene, I'm like, did I actually come? I'm like, I'm just such
Or
a
am I
good.
just that good?
Yeah, am I just that good?
I convinced
Perform?
myself? Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta make sure that I come. Gotta have no doubts about it.
Yes. This is
All
fair.
Last one from Haley Pennington.
Hi.
Fuck, marry, kill. ASAP Rocky, Young Willie Nelson, or Robert Kennedy.
That was so much to take in. Okay. ASAP Rocky, one of my favorites. Mary. Young Willie Nelson was the next one?
Yeah.
Or Robert Kennedy.
Oh! Young Willie Nelson, I would say fuck. Fuck, but then I have Kennedy left. Can I pick no kill?
Yeah. You just have a threesome with Robert
Threesome or
Kennedy.
foursome with all of them.
Yes.
Train ran on me by all of them, actually.
There we go. I have no comment. Because
I
I'm not
gotta
even
say
gonna...
fuck and marry all three. There is no... Had they picked anyone else,
I know.
it would be kill, probably.
Yeah.
Like, those are my three. I gotta love all of them. Yeah. How did they even pick those people? That's insane. There's not many people that I revere like that. And that's like, they picked three of them. Either they know me very well or they just picked random people.
Were there any more? No? Okay. Well then, where can the people find you? I mean, we
Google
know.
me, first
yeah.
of all.
I'm like, well...
My OnlyFans is just onlyfans.com/Gianna Dior. My Twitter,
X.
my
Elon,
ex.
Elon is gonna come and beat your ass.
My ex.
My ex.
See, but I think of like ex. Yeah, I think of like my ex-boyfriend, whatever.
Maybe he did that on purpose to try to troll all of us.
Okay, my ex is the Gianna Dior. I feel like I've always said this. If you say X for Twitter, you were at the Capitol on January 6th.
There we go. There we go.
No questions about it. You were definitely at the Capitol.
You were at the
rioting
Capitol.
on January 6th.
Yeah.
If you call it X.
What's the name of your new podcast?
My new podcast is called Eargasm with Gianna.
And where can we find it?
I stole that from someone. It's on it's on YouTube. Only a couple episodes have been released, but it's just Eargasm with Gianna, and then my Instagram is also Eargasm with Gianna.
And you guys can find me at Lumi Ray on OnlyFans, at Lumi_Ray at Instagram, and at Lumi Ray with 2 Y's on the... It should just have a different name. If it's not going to be Twitter, if it's
Or
not going to be
yeah.
X.
Make it something else, anything else.
On that one app that used to be the Bird.
Yeah, the Bird app.
The Bird app. That's the Bird's dead now. Well, thank you guys for joining us. And thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Live studio audience.
I know, our live studio audience. This was so great.
Love that.